So in the coming days, season 2 of the series What We Do in the Shadows comes to an end. So I'm gonna look back at the film which inspired it from 2014 by the same title. Is a documentary style kind of movie about these vampires who all live together as roommates. It is directed by Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi, who both star in it. Jermaine Clement you might know from The Flight of the Conchords. Waititi nowadays is a lot more noticeable, directing Thor Ragnarok and Jojo Rabbit, as well as starring in them. This is a few years before Taika Waititi was very well known. The movie's back from 2014, based in New Zealand, which is where they're both from. But anyways, the characters they both portray are honestly, they're impossible to hate. They're so lovable. I normally say likable, but lovable is the right sense for this. They're not necessarily they don't display a great friendship because they argue quite a bit, but it kind of makes you just want to be a vampire in this world. Now, the budget for this movie, I believe, was only $1.6 million, which is not a lot at all. However, this movie uses that budget extremely well. In a lot of movies who have cash to splash, they tend to, when trying to make someone fly, they put green screen behind them, or attaching them to a rope or something like that. Sometimes they even digitally add them in, where it can look a bit weird, but usually they attach wires to the characters and kind of remove them digitally afterwards. So you can kind of see them floating around and they don't really do much control of what they're doing. It also has some transforming into bats and other things you'll see in this movie which they use the budget really well for. I think it might also help that pretty much all this movie takes place at night, so it's much easier to kind of make something with CGI when it's darker. So for ages, my friend, he recommended this to me literally for so long. As I got into more kind of reviewing movies, I started by IMDb. I decided to give this one a go, and honestly, it is such a funny film. It would have been kind of interesting to see what vampires would be like as roommates. It also has such good comedy. It feels very unique, and I think partially the actors wouldn't have been possible without them. It just suits them very well, especially looking back to now that I've seen Taika Waititi as Korg. I've seen him as a Hitler in Jojo Rabbit. It makes it for a much more enjoyable watch. So everyone knows that in vampire legends or myths or whatever, they have some kind of restrictions. So touching silver burns their skin. Obviously, they kind of turn into dust if they are in contact with sunlight. Garlic is a no-no, it burns them as well. As I touched upon, they can fly or transform into bats. And the most noticeable is probably that they drink blood. Any other thing kind of makes them ill. One thing I'm not sure if it is accurate to myths, I personally don't remember seeing this, but they can't kind of just walk into a certain place, so they try walking into this club, but they need permission from the people who own it, or who are the security or whatever. They need permission to enter a certain event, which it adds to the humour, it makes it even funny. Anyways, why I list these things is because they stick to them very strongly. So there's no plot holes where they kind of cheat these requirements. They make it obvious that you stick to them, and if you ever forget somehow that they're not, if you forget that they're vampires, these remind you. It's actually a really smart way of constantly reminding you that these people aren't humans. The humour, it also has some fun interactions with kind of other creatures, like you see with werewolves. Kind of a fun thing to see that there isn't just vampires out there, there's more. Again, makes for an interesting watch, and the interactions between them are hilarious. So now on to the cons, and now they finish because I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. Honestly, I think that the fact that it's a small budget indie film really helps it. In my review of the series coming in the next few days, is the series doesn't contain the same magic that this film has. I think is because this is such an indie film translated to a big TV series. It doesn't have the same kind of feel to it. And I feel as though if an indie film is executed really well, it can be a lot better than any big blockbuster. Once again, this is such a fun and interesting look into the life of vampires living in Wellington in New Zealand. And just like my friend did for probably 2 years, I highly recommend this. It is such a fun watch and easy to digest, as I say a lot in my reviews. It will cure any boredom that you're currently having with. So if you're in need of a film to watch, I highly recommend What We Do in the Shadows. Very funny, very clever, and full of lovable characters. Final score I give this is an 8 out of 10. Just go watch it already. Click off this video, go watch it. But anyways, thank you for watching. I would like to hear what you thought of this film if you've seen it down in the comments. I will reply to everything. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And just anyone watching, a like would be really appreciated as well. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos, which will be